Now, 15 Kenyans convicted of various crimes in the United States now face deportation under a sweeping immigration crackdown that is forcing non-citizens, including criminals, out of the country at unprecedented speed. With their home governments reluctant to take them back, Washington is turning to a controversial measure, quote, third country transfers, sending deportees to nations willing to accept them, even when their own countries refuse. The move has ignited fierce legal battles, international outrage, and urgent human rights warnings over fast-tracked expulsions to potentially unsafe destinations. As part of this crackdown, the U.S. has unveiled a, quote, worst of the worst, or WOW, list targeting at least 10,000 convicted individuals for deportation, signaling a new unprecedented level of enforcement. NTV's Ashley Ateno reports.
The United States government's immigration enforcement is intensifying the crackdown on non-citizens with criminal records or uncertain legal status. But the latest twist on third country removals has drawn sharp criticism. Human rights groups warn this is effectively outsourcing deportation, sending people to countries that may lack the capacity to protect them or ensure a fair legal process. Many of these nations are struggling with political instability, weak judicial systems, or even active conflict. Yet, Washington is pressing on, prompting widespread condemnation. Recently, the United States Supreme Court cleared the way for these fast-track deportations, overruling lower court decisions that had temporarily halted them. Legal experts say the goal now seems less about justice and more about rapidly removing individuals from U.S. soil, regardless of the risks to their safety or rights. Among the Kenyans listed for deportation, according to the United States immigration authorities, is Alfred Obiero, who has been convicted of assault, driving under the influence of alcohol, and domestic violence. Also on the list is Bethel Gadhu, convicted of robbery. Patrick Mwangi faces removal after a conviction for driving under the influence, a charge also recorded against Daniel Kathy. Isaac Githinji is cited for flight to avoid prosecution, as well as unlawful confinement. Moses Okoth appears on the list for aggravated assault involving a weapon. U.S. authorities also named Clement Molovi, who was convicted of fraud, and Mohamed Chekechani cited for kidnapping a minor and offenses under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Moffat Murithi has been linked to dangerous drug offenses, while Nasirian Montet has convictions for assault and violating a court order. The list further includes Francis Mungai, convicted of receiving stolen property, as well as Anthony Karia, found guilty of making a false statement and being involved in a hit-and-run incident. Boniface Mburu faces deportations following convictions for aggravated assault with a weapon and possessions of stolen property. Also named is Kevin Gunyanyi, cited for assault, simple assault, and making terroristic threats. And rounding out the list is Collins Keanche, who has been convicted of check forgery and money laundering. As the United States accelerates its crackdown, questions about ethics, legality, and human rights continue to mount. For individuals caught in this process, however, the future is uncertain and the consequences could be severe. Ashley Atieno, NTV.